Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. President William Samoei Arap Ruto today named his full cabinet. And I'm going to share the list, the full list, in the description section of this video. But I want us to do a critical analysis of that cabinet. Before we do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. William Ruto today made appointments to his cabinet. And I've gone through that list and I observed several things. The first thing is that William Ruto tried to include as many women as possible in that cabinet. The second thing which I've also noted in that appointment is that William Samoei Arap Ruto tried so hard to define the roles for Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua now has defined roles. In fact, the biggest loser in this entire cabinet appointment is Musalia Mudavadi, because most of his roles which he was supposed to perform have now been taken over by Rigathi Gachagua. I think what the president is trying to do is trying to avoid a situation where Rigathi Gachagua and Musalia Mudavadi were going to clash over roles. And again, having served as a deputy president for almost 10 years, William Ruto understood that for him to make Rigathi Gachagua comfortable, Rigathi Gachagua needed specific roles, and he defined them. So for me, it's a big score for Rigathi Gachagua. And from this moment henceforth, I think I'll start respecting Rigathi Gachagua. He's a good negotiator. He's a man who doesn't give up. Because remember even the way he was made the running mate for the DP. I mean for William Ruto by that time. There are so many people who are qualified. The members of parliament had proposed Professor Kithure Kindiki. So I tend to think that Rigathi Gachagua has managed to negotiate well in the whole thing. And even if you look at the number of cabinet positions going to Mount Kenya, which are 7, is a big feat for him. The third thing which is also coming out clearly is that William Ruto has tried so hard to honor the MOUs he had with majority of leaders. William Ruto entered into some coalition arrangement with Musalia Mudavadi. He entered into coalition arrangement with Alfred Mutua, with Weta, with Kindiki, with Moses Kuria, with Justin Muturi. If you look at this appointment, even before this, Wetangula had been made the Speaker of the National Assembly. Kindiki had been made the Speaker of the Senate. Mudavadi will now be the Chief Cabinet Secretary, or is the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Alfred Mutua is now the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Most people had hoped that Ababu Namwamba was going to take up that role. It has gone now to Alfred Mutua. Basically, it means that's what they negotiated or what they agreed on. You go to Moses Kuria has been given the docket of trade, probably to deal with the issues of Kikuyu traders in Nyamakima and those other places, because he was so passionate about it, and maybe that's what Moses Kuria negotiated for. If you look at Justin Muturi, will now be the Attorney General, which means that's generally what he also negotiated for. So in short, William Ruto is now proving to be different from Mwai Kibaki, who never honored the gentleman agreement or the MOU he had with Raila Odinga. Is also different from Uhuru Kenyatta, who didn't honor the agreement he had with William Ruto of supporting him. So basically, William Ruto has now proved to Kenyans that he can honor the MOU. If he was doing that out of heart, the better. But if he was doing it to prove other people right or wrong, might not last. But for me, he has scored on that. The third thing I'm getting, the fourth thing I'm also getting from this appointment is that William Ruto has also tried to reward loyalists. If you look at this cabinet, Aisha Jumwa has been appointed as a cabinet secretary. Aden Duale has been appointed as a cabinet secretary. Professor Kithure Kindiki has been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, taking over from Matiang'i. Alice Wahome has been appointed as a Cabinet Secretary. Linturi. So many others. Someone like Mvurya. These are people who have been loyal to William Samoei Arap Ruto. So it means William Ruto considered so many things. One of them is loyalty. And he has rewarded all those people who are loyal to him. In fact, apart from rewarding loyalty, if you look at this list, William Ruto has also tried to bring people from technocrats. Yeah, but I tend to think that, like I'm seeing, Monica Juma has been retained as an advisor on national security. I tend to think that Monica Juma is the person who sold Uhuru Kenyatta, and that's why she's been left there. But if you ask me, Ruto has rewarded loyalty. Someone like Davis ChirChir coming back again, in my view, is purely rewarding loyalist. I'll be waiting to see someone like Hassan Omar, who's been very loyal to Ruto, other people like Obado, you know, why they've been left out, but I'll be waiting to see the next appointment, the chief administrative secretaries, which is basically the assistant cabinet secretaries, if they will be constitutionally allowed. Again, they are parastatal heads. Like, I'm praying for my friend Hassan Omar to be considered at the pot there. If that will happen, then it will mean that Ruto is actually going for loyalists and rewarding them. For Raila Odinga, that has been the major undoing, not rewarding loyalists. Raila Odinga's cabinet would have had people you'd even not know. You'd think they were coming from hell. No, that's something which is coming out. The fifth thing which is coming out is that this cabinet appointment is also focusing, in my view, on 2027 election. William Ruto is already planning ahead. Let us begin. If you look at the people who have been included in this cabinet, Mudavadi, Weta, Moses Kuria, Alfred Mutua, and Amason Kingi, all those people are going to ensure, before taking over their appointments, they are going to resign as leaders of their respective parties. Which means ANC as a political party will have a different leader who is not Musalia Mudavadi. Ford Kenya is going to have a different leader who is not Moses Masika Wetangula. PA Party is going to have a different leader who is not Amason Kingi. Chama cha Kazi will have a different leader who is not Alfred Mutua. So by that, it means William Ruto has technically, and I'm going to do another comprehensive analysis on that. Technically, William Ruto has destroyed their 2027 ambition. Someone like Mudavadi had a chance, but now he will not be able to get that chance because he will not have ANC. He will not be the ANC party leader. But if you also look at it again from strategy point of view, William Ruto has appointed 2 cabinet secretaries from Coast, Aisha Jumwa and Salim Mvurya. I'm sure when he's going to appoint the chief administrative secretary, he's also going to appoint some 2 more from Coastal Region. I don't think in Coastal Region there's a point in time where they had 2 cabinet appointments at the same time. So they are going to have 2 cabinet appointments, and they also have the Speaker of the Senate. So William Ruto will go to the Coastal Region, for example, in Kilifi, because he's targeting the Digo. He will go to Kilifi, and he will also go to Kwale and tell them, Kwale, your man is now the cabinet secretary. Mvurya, let me just confirm, Mvurya will be cabinet secretary for, I've not yet mastered this. Salim Mvurya will be cabinet secretary for, I'm not saying Mvurya, Salim, for mining. Then he will go to Kilifi and tell them, your daughter is a cabinet secretary in my government, Mijikenda. Then he will go there further and he tell them, the Speaker of the Senate is from this region. I'm rewarding you despite the fact that you did not really vote for me as you should have. So these people will be able to help him consolidate the coastal region. You go to Western Kenya. In Western Kenya, they have now the Prime Cabinet Secretary, who is Musalia Mudavadi. Then, if you look at this list, there is the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Susan Namumicha Wafula, who is a nominee of Moses Wetangula. That's what I'm told, because according to the agreement Ruto had with Wetangula, Wetangula was going to be made the Speaker of the National Assembly, and then he was also going to nominate someone in the cabinet. So basically, it means in Western Kenya, they have Mudavadi, they have Wafula, they have Ababu Namwamba. So they have 2 cabinet secretaries. They have the chief cabinet, or the prime cabinet secretary in the name of Mudavadi. They also have Moses Masika Wetangula as the Speaker of the Senate. So basically, William Ruto is going to use those people to consolidate Western Kenya. Let us go to the Mount Kenya East, where Ruto also has serious interest. In Mount Kenya East, already there is the Speaker, the Justin Muturi, who will be the Attorney General. Then you go to Tharaka Nithi, you are going to find Professor Kithure Kindiki as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. Very powerful. Then you go to Meru, you also find Mythical Inturi rewarded there. So let's say Mythical Inturi has been appointed which cabinet secretaries? No, I've not yet cabinet. Mythical Inturi, Agriculture. That was the docket which Munya had. So if Uru was bragging of giving them Agriculture Minister, he has now given them the Ministry of Agriculture, Mythical Inturi. So it's going to be very interesting moving forward. And the Cabinet Secretary for Lands, I don't know why they've given it to Zacharia, Mwangi, Njeru, and not someone from the coastal region, because someone from coastal region would have helped in sorting out those issues. So for me, this cabinet is also focusing on 2027 politics. Number 6, in my view, is what I call resource mobilization. William Ruto understands that politics is an expensive venture. If you look at the position which Professor Kithure Kindiki is going to hold, the one which was being held by Matiang'i, that's where money is. But majority of the money normally goes to the police. So William Ruto has taken that and separated the management of finance from Ministry of Interior and to police. Who will be the Inspector General of Police? Will Ruto have a say on that? So basically, that's one way you will be able to mobilize for resources. And that's not the important thing. The important docket when it comes to resource mobilization is the one which has been given to Kipchumba Murkomen, Ministry for Roads and Housing. Massive development projects will be enough to fund William Ruto's campaign. Transport, he will be Minister for Transport and Roads. For example, in 2013, William Ruto hired or leased his vehicles to NTSA. That was stopped. He can do that again. So I'm looking at these appointments in that aspect. And again, lastly, William Ruto has also tried to bring on board technocrats. Someone like Eli Duale is a technocrat coming on board with the political experience. Then you look at the other people like the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, who is Professor Njunguna Ndungu. Professor Njunguna Ndungu. There is Penina, Malonza. Those are technocrats. People who, Zacharia, Mwangi, Njeru, those are technocrats. You know, some of these people are really just technocrats. So it's tried to mix them up. So, and again, if you look at the distribution, in my view, the appointment is kind of a bit balanced. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. In case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button, so that next time you don't miss out on this kind of analysis. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.